Try. Good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the city of Roswell, Sarah Bradley, the marketing coordinator.
That's
your official
me.
title.
Yep.
And Johnnie Lujan, which your title is it media director? What's the official title for Johnnie Lujan?
It's kind of long. It's a multimedia producer, videographer, and film liaison.
There you go. So. I was like, he's like the media guy. It handles all the video, and so if you go to the city's website and you want to meet some of the employees of the city, or meet some of our city councilors, or any of the videos that address how to do various things around our community. Johnnie had a hand in every one of those. That's what he does.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, since we're on the topic also, we just recently put out a call for action for actors. We're looking for a lot of actors to be in some more of our videos because we're doing so many of them. We're kind of running out of talent.
All right. So you want some new faces to brighten the... okay, so is there any guidelines, anything, certain age groups, men, women, anything in particular?
Not at all. We're looking for all age brackets. We're looking for families. We're looking for individuals. And I mean, it's really a good...
Bilingual, a bonus or needed or any of that?
It really is. We haven't done any bilingual videos, which is a great opportunity right now.
All right. Yeah. I'll just put a mic thought to this. Just kidding. But so if you'd love to do this, and who knows, maybe you're pursuing an acting career and looking to do something or maybe you're young and you want to see if this is the kind of stuff you're into, then maybe do this with the city and get a couple opportunities to see what it's like. And then if that turns out what you want to do, there's a lot of, you can go down to the college here. Johnnie could point them out to places that you want to pursue an education in that field to help out there.
Definitely. There's always a way, especially for, like you mentioned, the people who want to start an acting career.
Sure.
It's just like anything else. You have to dig before you get paid. Mm-hmm. So this is a great opportunity to earn some chops, learn how set etiquette is, and then expand it. So
it's like any other. Even I'm in radio here, but it's the same thing. You got to work your way up to it, and you don't just start out. Here you go. You're a show host, or you're a full on video producer. You gotta learn the craft. You gotta do the other ancillary parts of the job that aren't as sexy and fun, so you have a good understanding of the background. So when it is time, when you're the guy in charge, or the one putting together the piece, you know it from every aspect, angle, and understand how every moving part works. And when you do give orders and things, you do it from a place of experience versus, I guess we should have one of those.
Right. Exactly. Spot on.
Very cool. But I guess, should they just apply through the city's website if they're interested?
Yes.
They have Workforce Connections they have?
No, they go to the website. They can... It's actually, we have a link on the Facebook.
Okay.
But it sends you to our website.
Gotcha.
That actually is a lot of people were saying stuff about worried about their social security numbers.
That's where you enter the secure part of it.
Yeah, you don't do it on social media. That is a big no-no.
That's just the gateway to get you to the secure part.
Exactly.
So it's if you don't use social, if you're not a Facebook user or whatever, roswell-nm.gov, you can go directly to the website. I think there's like an employment tab or something along those lines.
There's a search bar.
Click that, and that'll take you right to it. That'll show you every listing, because the city's looking for more than just actors and things.
Correct.
They've got positions across almost every department. They're looking for folks there too. So reach out. That's a great way. And as you two can attest, working for the city is a pretty good thing. Benefits. As far as raising a family on it, that's a great vacation. You get all the bennies and all the great things that you really need to support a family.
Right.
And city provides all that. So
yes, it does.
If you're looking for career opportunities, apply with it.
Yes.
I guess, do we want to talk about President's Day closings first, since that's coming up here in a few days? We do have a holiday on Monday with the President's Day celebration here. With that, some of our city services will be closed or on different hours that day. Things like the recreation center, library, stuff like that. You want to kind of give the rundown of some of those closures and things for President's Day?
Sure. So the Recreation and Aquatic Center, the zoo, the Visitor Center, they'll all be open still on the holiday.
Perfect.
I know the Roswell Daily Record did an article with some of the other locations. The library will be open as well.
Okay. So things.
Oh no, actually, I'm sorry. The library will be closed.
Got you. But the Recreation Aquatic Center, the zoo. Places
the
where
Visitor Center.
Places where you can recreate or tour
Right.
Though, things you like to do on your day off, those will be available.
Right.
But,
Correct.
I'm assuming, city government services, things like if you want to go pay your water bill directly, things like that, you probably couldn't do that on.
Correct.
Yeah, the city administration offices and stuff like that.
But you're more than welcome to do it online. Don't forget, you can pay
Correct,
your water
yes.
bill online, and you can do it in your pajamas or whatever. There's no law saying you got to be dressed for that. So, that's a convenient way to if you're looking for another option there too.
Yeah, the other big thing too about that is our transit will have different operation hours.
Okay.
Yes.
They usually run like a holiday schedule, which some of their routes, like they usually stick to like main streets and things, I think, on those days. I don't
Correct.
know the whole.
And more than likely, the schedule will be up on the website as well as their Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pecos Trails Transit
Yeah,
Facebook.
and they're real specific on their details. I think it's just like 9:08 a.m.
Yeah.
to like 5:11 p.m.
Well, in their world, minutes matter.
Exactly.
It's kind of like the train industry. They got to be right on time there. And we have it some here on radio too with seconds and things. So I get it. It's like, oh yeah, bus will be by at 8:07, and you're like, okay, that's very specific.
That's like exactly
Like
specific.
if I'm here at 8:06 and it's not here, and then 8:08 it's not here, but 8:07 it'll be right here. Okay. But that's their world. That's how they
yes,
operate.
it is,
so.
man. Yes, it is.
But again, you go to the Pecos Trails Transit Facebook. They'll have an updated schedule of all the bus routes and times and everything there. So
Correct.
very good. Is there any other delays and closures we want to make sure we know about? Or
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm assuming is trash schedule moving to
Yes.
Yes,
holiday
because
schedule
of the
next
holiday.
week?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, just to make it easy for everybody, this is the easiest way to explain it. If your trash pickup days are normally Monday and Wednesday, next week it'll be Tuesday and Thursday, right? Or is it Tuesday and Wednesday?
I think it's Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday. And then if
Yeah.
you're Tuesday and Friday, I think it's Wednesday, Saturday for your trash. So it's
Yes.
one day late.
Right.
Than it normally would be for your trash schedule there. And or do the other rule of thumb, just look at your neighbors. If they pull all their stuff out, maybe you want to get yours out.
Yeah.
Right. Follow the lead.
If you're like me, you just do it when your wife tells you. So you just take it out when it's
Exactly.
Yeah, I just kind of like, and I do it every time. I'm like, it is trash day, and I look it's like, oh, good, someone else pulled theirs out. I'm not stupid. But so that will be because of the President's Day holiday. So think about that next day. Push back a day for your trash schedule there too. Is there any other? Or does that pretty much cover all the delays and
The
stuff
delays
for
and
President's
stuff?
Day?
Yeah,
the delays
that's-
and stuff that's pretty much it. The other
Okay.
thing that we would like to chat about is our Roswell
Animal services.
Animal Services.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of updates and a lot of stuff that's been going on at the Animal Control, Animal Services
Right.
side, from staffing to policy changes, all kinds of stuff there.
Right. And right now, we're calling for, the community to donate to animal services, whether it be pet food, pet
Okay.
supplies. They've asked for food and water bowls,
Okay.
Dawn dish soap, cleaning supplies, blankets, towels, and newspapers.
Okay.
I'm sure the animals would love it.
It takes a lot of, let's just face it, when there's a lot of animals there, they go through a lot of cat litter, they
Right.
go through a lot of food, they go, they have to maintain the animals and make sure they're healthy and everything else, and that uses up a lot of resources. So folks, if you want to, donate, give back, a great way to help. I know they're always, and inquire if you want to, volunteer and things like that to help
Yes.
out. Talk to the staff there. They'll give you all the scoop on what you can do and how you can do that. I know when I talk to the Humane Society folks, which they're located right next door, and
Right.
they kind of share the same goals here
Yes.
and work together all the time to find homes for animals. But I always tell people, when you're there looking for a pet, go to both locations. If you don't see a pet at one that doesn't just register to you, or walk right next door, because you're rescuing a pet either way. And I know with animal services, we talk about, no kill shelters and all that. I will tell you
Right.
this, animal control that's last resort. When everything's filled, and then even when everything's filled, then the call goes out. They reach out to our animal rescues.
Right.
They go and reach out, say, hey, we're running out of space. We've got a couple pets on the short list. Can you help us get the word out? So they do everything in their power to try to find that pet a home before euthanization comes into play. Now, obviously, if pets are being put down for, because they're vicious, or that's one thing. But,
Right.
but as far as just because they can't find a home for this pet. There really is a pretty good system actually between our nonprofits and things and animal services to try to get that communication flowing and getting that work. They work hand in hand together. It's not an adversarial thing. They are all on the same team. I know people in the media, people out in the public hear things and say things and all that, but they're all on the same team. They're all having the same goal of trying to find homes for these pets. Same with the animal services people.
Correct.
Even though they have to come out and get animals and things from places, and sometimes that can be heated scenarios. But at the end of the day, they're just trying to find loving homes for these pets, just like every other nonprofit is.
And that's the truth. They're just trying to do a great cause for everything.
But they have different guidelines and they have different restrictions here. It's city budgets and things, so they're only allowed to go so far with some of this stuff. So by doing what you guys are asking here, bring some dog food and some cat food or some litter, some toys, the chewable things like that. If it's specific stuff, maybe call ahead and ask, because certain, like, not every toy that's available for pets are good pet toys.
Right.
As far as health and safety wise for them. You know what I mean? Just because it's sold in the pet section doesn't necessarily mean it's the best thing for your pet.
Right.
Like those big rawhide, they're great. Dogs love them, but they're
not that great.
They're not that healthy as far as, a lot of choking hazards, a lot of just dietary issues with those. So probably not the best stuff. They avoid that. So, but if you have questions, call out. But
yes, please. I noticed on this list. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
I was going to say I noticed on this list one of the things that kind of was a brain explosion for me was the Dawn soap.
Yes.
I was like, Dawn soap. What is that? And then
for the fleas.
Yeah, and then for fleas and stuff. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that.
And I remember marketing works. I remember when I was younger. Back when they were
little ducks.
Yes, Dawn.
That's all I think about. Is the little ducks.
Dawn did
with the
commercials
oil.
for like when they have an oil spill or something, and they were talking about we use Dawn to clean the oil off the ducks because it's not sensitive to their eyes and skin and feathers and whatnot. So when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, because it's that's the one animals can have. It's not sensitive to them. So yeah, the Dawn dish soap and things, and maybe check with animal services, but I know the Humane Society says this. If you donate cat litter, don't worry about getting the fancy clumping. Like they have the Tidy Cat expensive high-fluid litter. Don't worry about that. Get the cheapest low-rent litter they got out there, because if I remember right, they use like little cardboard boxes for litter boxes, and they pour. So for sanitation reasons, they throw those away every day. They don't keep reusing litter boxes.
Right, that makes sense.
So you're wasting your money by buying the expensive clumping litters and the odor controls and whatever bells and whistles they stick in it now. Just buy that cement bag size line, just throw that in there. That's a third of the price of every other cat litter, and just bring that. That's all they need. That works perfect.
Well, and sometimes the best thing you can donate is your time.
Absolutely.
If you don't have, the means to purchase any of that, they're always looking for volunteers, people to walk the dogs, to give the animals attention.
Absolutely.
I mean, sometimes that's just all they need.
When I talk with the Humane side, they kind of say that really helps make the pets more adoptable.
Yeah.
Because the more human interaction they have,
Exactly.
and to Sarah's point, that's exactly what they're, the more you hang out and pet the pets and walk them and love them, the more comfortable they are around people. Yes. And the more likely they're going to warm up to people and things, and therefore people are going to, people don't want a dog that's standoff. People want a family dog. A dog is going to interact and be loving, and I would also throw this out if you're going to go to Animal Control or Humane Society or any of our rescue places to adopt a pet, when you see them at the kennels and things, don't forget you're seeing them at their worst.
Right.
You're seeing them. Let me give you an example. If you sat in a cage for a couple months, maybe a year in some cases, depending on some of these animals and how long they've been around, especially over the Humane Society. So there's a couple over there that have been there a year.
Yeah.
You get you have Shawshank Redemption. You get institutionalized. You know how they say that, and it's no different with dogs and everything. If they're if they don't get a chance to exercise and they got that energy pent up, and they get an opportunity, and so you see it and interpret it one way, and it's this is the result of an animal that's kind of been in a cage and needs to run and roam and be a dog, and so think about that when you go and adopt.
It's kind of like us when we were in quarantine.
Yes.
How bad we wanted to get out. We wanted to get out and do stuff.
Yeah. So think about that when you're going to adopt and things like that. So when you see those dogs that kind of in the corner, it doesn't really, ask to take them into a meet and greet room or something and let them open up to you a little bit. And I bet you're going to find out, wow, that's a pretty cool dog once you get to know them a little bit.
And if you did want to go ahead and volunteer to help walk some of these dogs, it's the same area that you would do for the call for action for actors. It's the same process, same volunteer form and everything. So.
Right.
Absolutely. And if you want to volunteer in other facets of the city too, I think, correct me if I'm wrong on here, but Kathy Lay, who runs the Keep
she's
Roswell
always
Beautiful
needing
side.
volunteers.
She's also running the volunteer program for the city of Roswell, and I think just about every department in the city's got an opportunity for folks to volunteer, and whether it be out at the zoo or at animal services or the aquatic center or recreation center or any of these places. Great opportunities. Zoo would be if you're looking to be a veterinarian or something, animal services or the zoo. That's valuable information to really find out, especially if you're a young person and you're like, I want to be a vet, but then you might get there and be like, whoa, I got to put my hand where?
Yeah,
No, I got to clean up what?
And
maybe I didn't want to be a vet. Yeah.
They're
This is where
definitely
you
always
learn.
looking for volunteers.
Yeah.
The zoo, just help us make it the best that we can. And,
Absolutely.
community involvement. That's what we ask for.
And you can use it all to better yourself, too. That's
Correct.
the other thing, too, is all this volunteering opportunity. It makes great resumes. I'm sure, like, just for instance, when you guys are hiring for people in the city, you probably look at all that stuff on the resume. Oh, look, this guy spent time here volunteering and do all that.
Yeah.
That bodes well for that person.
Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to get a job at the zoo and you have volunteer time at all these other zoos, well, there's a good possibility they know, hey, you want to work at the zoo.
You have a passion for this.
Exactly.
And obviously people with a passion for the project are going to work 10 times harder on it than someone who does not. So,
Exactly.
So that's what we're looking for. I know we got on a tangent there.
I know, but it's a good tangent because we're talking about the zoo, which brings us right into our spring camp.
Spring break camp. Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Which is coming around. I know it's February and everyone's not thinking spring yet, but that's right around
Plan
the corner
ahead,
here.
parents. Plan ahead.
Yes,
Weeks, months in advance. So
it's actually going to be March 14th through the 18th.
Okay, very good. So we're about a month away from all that. But now's the time. Do they have to do any pre-sign-ups and things and pre-registrations for some of these things? Or
the best thing to do is either go online or give us a call at the zoo, which is the 624-6760 number. Give that a call.
And since we're talking about online, when it comes to the recreation side of Roswell, when we talk about the zoo, the aquatics and recreation center, the city of Roswell has a website that's separate from the city government page that handles all of that stuff. It's roswellconnect.com. And say, for instance, you want to get a season pass to the aquatic center or the recreation center. That's where you're going to go.
Or if for memberships, even with the zoo has memberships as well.
So when they have like Boo at the Zoo or Brew at the Zoo or various events at the zoo, you get your tickets through Roswell Connect. That's where you go through all of that stuff, and that's been up a little over a year, I think now, maybe two. I'm not sure exactly, but it's been in place for a while now. But that's like kind of the official recreation side of Roswell's. So if you want to learn more about various things through that, or volunteer opportunities, or getting your passes, or knowing the hours and times of various facilities, the adult center, whatever it is, Roswell Connect, your website.
Yes, and make sure you go there for our membership packages because we got great membership deals and just a lot of information out there on that Roswell Connect.
Yeah, you can do it very inexpensively. Like you can get a year pass very affordably, and that especially if you have a family where you guys go 3-4 times a week, you're going to make out in the long run just going, getting that year pass and plus there's really so much stuff to do at the aquatics and recreate. Between all of it, you could get a year pass and go almost every day and do something different. You know what I mean? Just like the exercise stuff alone, there's literally...
Yes, I was going to say memberships included those are included in the membership.
Yeah. There's like thousands of exercise programs and videos online available there. So if you want to... Imagine if you want to bust out some of the old 80s jazzercise and things that were popular then. You're like, I did good there. Maybe I can ever find the old jazzercise videos, or Denise Austin back in the day.
Way back, Denise Austin, get them leg warmers going. Those leg warmers. Yeah, I was just there yesterday doing a film, and they were climbing the rock wall for me.
Okay.
And I looked back, and they had paddle boards there too. I was like, you got paddle boards?
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
The lifeguard hopped on there and
whether you're like into like when you do your workouts, because I know people, like, especially if you're doing like strength training or muscle building workouts, some people have very different schools of thought. Like some people like the more modern equipment, and your the very, and then others are kind of like, no, I want the old school medicine balls and the ropes and all. Whatever your preference is, the recreation center is both. So if you want to do old school with the big ropes and the balls, they got all that. But if you want to do something with more high-tech equipment and things that tells you when you're breathing weird and all that other stuff, it's got it all there, too.
It does. Right. They do.
Well, and, both the Recreation and Aquatic Center and the Adult Center, they do have some instructor-led classes now, not Perfect. Just video. So
if you want to try to kind of guide your workouts into something
Correct.
that is more beneficial than you just winging it, then you got those folks to help you out and do that too.
For sure.
Very cool. So please utilize all this stuff too. And by the way, since we're talking facilities, the Roswell Adult Center is open. Everything's back. That's pretty much back to a regular schedule now. It's a little bit different, but it's back to doing things, having their regular things. Please, again, you can go through Roswell Connect and learn what's going on.
All the offers, not just their workout classes, but they've got other classes as well.
Sure.
Stained glass course, scrapbooking, a sewing course.
And I think they're always looking to add more to that too.
Yes, and they're always looking for instructors.
Like, if you have a skill set or a craft or hobby or activity that you would like to share with people, reach out to the city and say, hey, I'm a whatever it is. I'm a card maker. I make homemade cards. Maybe we can do a homemade card making class or something like that.
Right.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I made a card for my. You said that, and I'm all like, that's actually what I made for my daughter.
I've seen some in the past. They're very detailed, especially when they get into like, I'm not sure if sewing is the right word, but there's like some kind of needlework and stuff that's involved in some of the stuff I've seen.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
That. Yeah. Anyway, it looks really impressive and hard to do, and they teach that kind of stuff. So I thought people, that's a class in and of itself is that kind of stuff.
Well, and speaking of crafts, the Recreation Center has their spring break camp. It's kind of a mouthful. Earth, Wind, and Paper Camp.
Okay.
And that is the week of spring break, March 14th through the 18th. You can register at roswellconnect.com.
Okay. What's like the age bracket for
5
kids?
to 12.
5 to 12.
Yes.
Perfect.
$45. Lunch is provided.
Nice.
Times 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Okay.
Because, we know most parents
that
are working during spring break.
Yeah.
But they will be making paper kites, paper boats and airplanes, paper lanterns. They'll be planting
That's
seeds.
amazing. For $45 for the whole week.
Yes.
I don't have kids, but good luck finding basically healthcare for a week or childcare for a week for $45. That they're enriching them, not just putting them in a room and saying, all right, hang out here till dad gets here, mom gets here,
Right.
It's like, no, they're interacting, they're doing activities, they're learning things, they're having fun. And I imagine by the time you pick them up at the end of the day, they're going to have a bunch to tell you at dinner and then pass out because they're tired.
Right. I was like, she mentioned paper airplanes. I'm all like, that's my deal right there. I love making paper airplanes.
Were you one of those advanced kids that made the
origami?
Like I'm trying to get my triangle like even, and then you got someone who makes this batwing looking thing that you're like, what, is that even paper?
Right.
See, me and my daughter like to have these contests where we throw the airplanes down the hall and see who goes further. Well, I found this guy on TikTok who makes airplanes, and I made one where it actually, you said bat, where the wings actually go up and down like
actuators.
Yeah, I mean it's like
engine.
It is. When you were talking about like airplanes could go real deep for the paper airplanes. And I was like, what rabbit hole did I just crawl myself into? Because now I'm at home with my wife's thinking,
I need more paper. Quick, give me more paper.
I need the hard stuff, not this. I need some contract.
Yeah. The contractor paper.
Give me some good stuff.
What is that? Construction paper? What am I, a savage?
But
for both those camps, roswellconnect.com.
Yeah, sign up.
Yep.
Just don't wait till March something. You get it done now. Especially,
March 13th.
I would imagine space is limited. There's only so many, and at $45 for a week, a lot of parents are going to take advantage because that's a
deal.
It's a good value.
Yes.
I'm just thinking because even if you went to like traditional daycare, you're probably paying 5 times that much.
Right.
For a week's worth of child care and
Well,
you're probably
with
not
lunch
doing half the
provided,
stuff.
too.
Yeah, that's food.
I
That's
mean,
the whole bit.
That's the first thing I thought of is the food.
Yeah. So it's really and your kids are in a great place where they're going to be interacting with trained professionals,
Right.
And with kids their own age, getting to meet and do all the social things that kids haven't been able to do the last couple of years as much as they'd like to because of COVID and everything else. We almost have to do more of this stuff to kind of catch up for, especially that certain age group, these younger kids, that 5 to 12-year-old that lost some valuable time in their social progress. You know what I mean? By being locked down from school and all. These are all things that we learn through osmosis and stuff. Just being in the room you pick up, and these children really haven't had that opportunity.
Right.
So now we kind of got to go over the top to give them those opportunities. And this spring summer camp, or spring summer, that's oxymoron, spring day camp is a perfect opportunity for to get some of that back for these kids.
That social interaction,
Right?
Because a lot of that has passed away. To where
Absolutely.
I've known some people who are like totally disconnected now because of that.
You're absolutely right. It's it's adult problem just as much as kids, but
it really is.
But at least we as adults saw it and knew what it looked like before.
Right.
Where these
Right.
kids, they don't know any better. That's the world they're living in. And I kind of got that perspective through my wife. She's a second grade teacher, and she's getting kids now. That's like, you realize these are kids that they've spent their whole school career
In COVID. Right.
Yes.
and that's a lot to ask for some of these kids. So it's a lot of making up we got to do.
That's
Right.
true. That's true.
But so anyway, again, I got soapboxy, but please look into this camp things, these opportunities for your kid. Everything that's out there, make not even through the city, but even like private. I know like Peggy Boland does her camp invention stuff. You see her at the library a lot doing her STEM stuff. She does that. In June as well during the summer. Look
Right.
into that for your kids as well. Same age group. Kind of they do up to about middle school there. So yeah, it's utilize all of these opportunities for your children. So
Right.
good deal. What else did we get it all?
We got some good news for our vendors for the UFO festival.
Okay, perfect.
Our vendor forms are about ready, and we're planning on letting them go out on Monday.
Okay.
That's the plan right
Okay.
now. So
Now, as far as those forms, will they be at the city's website, or is there going to be a special UFO festival site to get those?
UFOfestival.com.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. So if you're looking to get those vendor applications and all that other stuff, UFOfestival.com will be, I imagine if you go to the city's website, there'll be a link to take you over there if you forget. But
Well, and we have a UFO Festival Facebook page.
Okay.
So please follow that.
and that'll direct you where you need to go
Yes,
to.
correct.
So,
The updates will be all on that Facebook page.
perfect.
Yeah.
And obviously, as we get closer to the event here at the end of June, we'll have more to talk about,
Yes.
more things happening, and more stuff to get on people's radar.
a lot of good stuff going on there.
Right.
what's going on, where, and what, and who, and how.
Exactly. And we're also for those looking to sponsor, our sponsor forms are about ready. So those are gearing up too. So
Perfect.
Right.
we are looking for some major sponsors to help with the event.
Okay.
And
I
once
imagine
those-
various levels of sponsorship
Yes.
Right,
depending
correct.
on
That will all be in the sponsorship packet.
Perfect.
That will be on the site as well,
And,
our Facebook page.
perfect opportunity for maybe some of our local businesses to maybe get on a national spotlight. I mean, obviously the UFO
Right.
festivals gets an international light on it when it happens, and maybe your business can benefit from that a little bit and get a little bit of recognition outside of our community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Definitely. Again, you'll go to the UFO Festival, RoswellUFOfestival.com
Right.
page to get all that information done.
Well, and we're also still looking for artist submissions for the T-shirt for
Okay,
this
the
year.
For the T-shirt design.
And it's on, all the information is on the UFO Festival Facebook page.
Okay. Is there a theme per se other than
It's
UFO?
the 75th anniversary of the crash.
So go big, go hard.
Correct.
75th.
Yes. Make it exciting, make it flashy, make it unique so that we can go ahead and
get those that creative mind rolling and,
Sure.
and just submit tourism at roswell-nm.gov
Very good.
is the best place to send that submission to.
And one thing, I don't know a lot about the UFOlogy and the UFO lore, but I do know this. The serious UFOologists, your aliens will be gray. If it's
Not green.
cartoony, it's green. I know that's kind of they call them the grays, and that's kind of
Yeah.
you're talking the real aliens. They're gray. They're not green. So that's
true.
my only tip I can help you
That's-
with. Past
and
that, I'm out of the knowledge world.
We're actually working on a series for the UFO, the whole media thing, and doing my little research, you come to find out that the grays are just one of the many types of aliens. There's some that they say are humanoids that are like almost look like us, but a little bit taller.
So it really looks like Star Wars when you
Yeah.
like you go to Mos Eisley and you walk down the canteen and they got that blue guy over here and that hairy guy over here and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really crazy, and
Okay.
it's a trip.
Well, I do want to meet the blue guy with the long horn that plays. I want to meet that guy with the big head. If he's available.
Right.
Or she. I just.
Yeah, you don't. That's a good point. I never even thought about that.
I don't know where you
That's
check on those folks. But again, if you have any questions about anything we talked about here, RoswellConnect.com has everything to do with the recreation side.
Correct.
Roswell-nm.gov will take you to where you pay your water bill, who your city councilors are, everything government related or city resource or city amenity related when it comes to your not your recreation side, but your needed amenities like your water and all that.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
Well, in our
trash.
social media pages, we do a lot of updating on there.
Yeah, like and follow the
City
city's
of
pages.
Roswell, the Recreation and Aquatic Center or Parks and Recreation have their own Facebook page, the UFO Festival Facebook page, Animal Services, of course. Each of our departments have their own Facebook pages that we keep updated with all of the information.
Like and follow and keep up to date on that. And of
Correct.
course, the government, there's the actual City of Roswell government
Yes.
page too,
Yes.
and that one I think that's kind of a catch-all. So if you follow that
Correct.
one, you almost get everything there. But if you're looking for something specific about the zoo or about
our
the-
events and camps
Yeah.
stay to our, zoo page
yeah.
but, local things going on, most of that goes to our city.
And you can always
Facebook
call
page.
City Hall if you have any
That's
questions,
correct,
and
yes.
someone
I
will
mean-
direct you to where you need to go.
Yeah,
whether
I mean, even like Transit has their own Facebook page.
Right.
So if you're looking for times and whatnot, Facebook
will be
is
up there.
social
Absolutely.
media.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I did have one question. Like, say you wanted to do stuff for at the convention center. Is that all through Roswell Connect as well, or do they have their own? Say you wanted to plan an event or something at the convention center. Do you go through Roswell Connect to do that?
You would give Elizabeth. Is it Elizabeth?
Yes.
Elizabeth Michael?
Yes.
Yes.
Give
Okay.
her a ring, and she'll help you set all
Which
that
you'll
up.
find the city directory.
Yep.
So very good. I didn't know if you would find that at the city
Or on the
page
convention
or-
center page on our website.
Okay, very
Yes.
good. They got their own page too.
Yes, they do.
Maybe that's what I should have asked.
But Elizabeth will be happy to help you set up an event or, answer any questions you have with fees or anything like that.
Perfect.
Which they are booking right now.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I last I heard they were like booked up through April or something.
Yes.
So make it quick.
They have
If
been
you've
working
got
very
summer
hard.
and fall events, don't wait till summer or fall to plan them or book them.
Correct.
Get it booked right
Yeah,
now. So,
exactly.
yeah, it is filling fast there. And they got multiple levels of, catering needs and things like that. If you need a lot of hand holding and a lot of great stuff, they can do
Yes.
it. If you just need a room, they can do that too.
Exactly.
So,
And that's the great thing now. We do have a caterer right there. We have an
perfect.
in-house.
Yeah, where you can do
Mm-hmm.
like from start to finish all the planning right
Right.
there if you choose.
Yes.
That's it. It's really the ball's in your court on that one. So very good. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Did
Yes,
great. I know you
thank
got
you.
I got pulled off the bench last minute to come in and do this. Appreciate that. And we won't tell Juanita that you guys did like a better job or nothing. I don't want to get
all right,
her.
cool. That'll work.
Just kidding.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And I'm spent. Thank you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Okay.
Sounds good.
I bet she'll let you out one more time or two
I
to
hope
come
so.
visit
I
us.
enjoyed this. I
Yes.
enjoyed this.
This is the fun part. Yeah. Maybe it's a perk or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.